What's your thoughts here on how this all went down, that it went down, and what it means?
Well, what it means, it has nothing to do with Bill Belichick. I think that's the number one takeaway. Your national media, local media, everybody's going to focus on the Belichick part, which I get. Hall of Famer, 8 Super Bowl rings. This is about so much more than Bill Belichick. And the reason I say that, yes, he's got a 3-year deal worth $30 million. Um, North Carolina, from what we've been told, has agreed to increase assistant coach salaries. There's going to be a full general manager staff to help with talent evaluation and recruiting. Um, I think probably most importantly to what fans like to hear about the recruiting aspects of things, NIL has gone through the roof. So not only is North Carolina, they've already committed to being full rev share. Bubba said that for weeks now. Um, but beyond that, there's going to be additional NIL funding through the commercial entities. So when North Carolina and Bill Belichick go out to recruit, there's going to be this massive pot of money that North Carolina has not had before. We have heard Hubert Davis, we've heard Mack Brown talk about the lack of those funds. What we have right now is a full commitment to football that we have never seen before at the University of North Carolina. So as I said, it is not about Bill Belichick. This is about North Carolina making an unprecedented commitment that will carry forward well past Bill Belichick's retirement date, whenever that is, a few years in the future.
100% right. 100% right. That's it. That's what this ultimately is about.
Greg, when you look at it, and you've been doing this, like I said, forever, did that part surprise you, or if it didn't surprise you, just the realization by North Carolina is that you cannot afford not to be all in. You got to spend money to make money. They always say that, but this had to get done for Carolina to get to the next level in college athletics.
See, what a segue there, Tommy. Yeah, we've talked about it on Next Level how many times over the past year and a half. Mm-hmm. And, people were saying the right things, whether it be the chancellor, whether it be Bubba, John Pryor, chair of the board of trustees. He talked with me about it. There was this conversation of, hey, we see what the SEC and the Big Ten are doing. Yes, we would like to get there eventually, but grant of rights is a big hurdle. But beyond that, if we get there, are we going to be ready? Because if you just go as is and you get to the SEC, you're going to be bottom of the barrel unless things change. So a lot of people were saying the right things of, hey, this is what we need to do. We need to have a commitment to football unlike anything we have seen before. And Guskowitz said that, Pryor said that. So that's an important aspect. Now, when you get to the actual moment that this comes, and you're like, okay, wait a minute, Belichick's actually interested. Like, this is for real. He took this seriously, had an incredible presentation. All we have to do is commit, and we have to take that leap and just say, you know what, we're going to be all about football here. And so I think there was numerous opportunities in this negotiation process where Carolina felt like, okay, we're in good shape here with what we're talking about in this negotiation list. And then they would provide it, and Belichick and his agent would look at it and say, okay, it's not bad. How about this? And so there was numerous possibilities for North Carolina to say, you know what? It's a bridge too far. It's too much. And I think that's one of the things, when you've seen some things pop up on the board or even on social media saying the deal's almost done, like they feel good about it. It's in Belichick's court or it's in Carolina's court. That's just part of the negotiation process. And the fact that North Carolina kept trying to make these changes and these improvements to meet Belichick's demands, I think shows that resolve. And it shows that they are committed to fielding a legitimate football program. And there's a lot that goes into that. And it's one of those things we're going to have to wait and see how it plays out. But you got to have the passion. You got to have the willingness to do it first and foremost. And this deal speaks to that. We finally have something to kind of put our hands around and say, all right, look, We've talked about this program being a sleeping giant for how long? Now they're doing what they have to do to wake that giant up.